All right, this is the second to last video we're going to record for fantasy hockey stuff. Today we're going to be doing the OnlyFans list for the defensemen. Now, the secret to all defensemen basically is who's the power play guy, get yourself the power play guy. That's really the key. However, when it comes to defensemen, not all the power play guys fall that far. Like it's pretty obvious that you're going to want your Adam Foxes. It's pretty obvious that you're going to want those top end D guys. So we're going over the list of guys who fall outside the top 25 D and outside the 125th overall spot. Those are the names we're going to go over. It's a matter of which one of these defensemen can help win your league. Some of these guys are floor plays. Some of these guys are upside plays. We're taking darts. These players, I think, are smart picks for your fantasy draft. And the goal is to help you win your fantasy league. I'm undefeated, still never lost. These are calculated picks that I think will help you win your league. So let's go over the list now. I will share the screen. And I wanted to wait in terms of when I would come out with these last videos because he did do a rankings update that's drastically different from the first video that I put out. So, well, it's not drastically different. It's just touches slightly different. So anyway, name number one here, we're going to do Devon Toews, or Devon Toews, sorry. He plays for the Avalanche. He's not the power play guy, but this assist number, 38 assists, it's just going to be there. It's just going to be there. And if Makar ever goes down, then he's super, super valuable. Ice time way up. We just go to the Avalanche lines, right? I think this is the most important factor here. Look, 5-on-5, he skates with Makar. Means he's skating with this top line a lot. I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you, he skates with Makar, which means he's out there with this top line a bunch. He's on the second power play. We just go to Toews. By the way, incredible player. Awesome player. It's not an overly sexy pick, but these point totals just continue to be there. 57 points, 50 points, 50 points. Even when he played 66 games, he had 57 points. These point totals, no reason why they shouldn't continue to be there, and it's mostly the assists. When you skate with this Avalanche team, they're going to be there. So he's ranked as the 28th overall D. I think that's too low. I would take him ahead of Justin Falk, just for an example. I would take him ahead of Montour. I'd take him ahead of Trouba. So I think we're a little low on Toews. I think 129. I think he's a top 100 play. I think he's probably about 29 spots too low, roughly. Next, Brent Burns. I've been on the anti-Brent Burns train. I think this is the time, probably. One last ride for Brent Burns. Look, I think the biggest thing is, hey, he's still going. He's still going. If we just go to Burnsy, the guy, he's still going, man. He's still going. Last year, he actually had a down year, 43 points. I think there's no reason why he can't do a 50. Maybe he's down to 43. But look, man, Hurricanes lines. Who's he competing with? Now, Gostisbehere's back, and we're going to talk about him in a second. Gostisbehere's back, so that part's a little bit of a concern. And maybe Gostisbehere steals this job right here. But basically, look, if you pick Burns, also pick Gostisbehere. No big deal. Just get your handcuff as your last pick in the draft. And Gostisbehere is basically not ranked. He's outside the top 300. So get yourself some Burns and just handcuff him with Gostisbehere. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. He's basically the last starting D available. There's 32 teams. He's D29. I don't see anything wrong with picking Burns at pick 131. And that's the lowest he's been in a long time. Last year, I think he was ranked 50th. The year before that, around the six. I haven't seen him in the 130 range. So I'm not saying he's going to win you your league, but that's a steady floor play that should get you 45 points, and you'll be happy with it. So, for a D, anyway. Now, he's a little bit of a riverboat guy. Not going to hit and block a ton of shots, but stop emailing me. Delete that email, please. Okay. But, I mean, I think one more good year Burns should have in him. No problem there. Next, don't have to scroll much further down. This is another floor play. 132 overall. No problem going down the Doughty road. Yes, he's 34, but he's still a fucking horse, dude. Still plus 15. Still over 26 minutes of ice time. Next on the list, don't have to scroll much further. Charlie McAvoy. Again, another floor play. But, dude, he's good. Charlie McAvoy is awesome. And here's the craziest thing. I don't think he's even reached his ceiling in terms of offensive production. Like, he hits, he blocks shots, and imagine if this power play starts coming. Sorry, I'm on the wrong tab. Imagine if this power play starts coming. Like, if we go to the Bruins lines, Grizzlick's gone, man. Grizzlick's gone. So why can't McAvoy lead this power play unit? And maybe that will go to Lori, but I don't think it will yet. Sign me up for McAvoy. That's way too low. 31? He's the 31st best defenseman in the league? That's a mistake. That's a total mistake. By the way, like, he puts shots on net. He had 159 hits, 159 blocks. Like, I don't know, man. Give me some Charlie McAvoy at this fucking price. Give me some Charlie McAvoy at this price. Can we just pull that up? So look, last year he actually had a decently down year. Still a Norris candidate. I mean, he's an unbelievable real life player. 52 points the year before, 56 the year before that. I think he can get up to 60 points. I don't think that's outrageous. Missed some time here. If he plays a healthy season, I think 65 points is in the bag. His ice time's up. He's leading a Bruins team that, by the way, adds Elias Lindholm. Finally gets an offensive center. Finally have an offensive center. I'll take McAvoy at this price. No problem. Next, don't have to scroll that much further down. And this guy's a way worse real-life player, Seth Jones. Way worse real-life player. But he's on the ice a ton. The Blackhawks should be better. It's really as simple as that. I'm not a Seth Jones fan. I'm not. But if you're going to tell me he pick 136, I ain't got a problem with that. Look, last year, he had 31 points. That was his lowest mark in a long time. At 28. I mean, look, I'm not a Seth Jones guy. But this is the biggest factor. You got to get guys who lead their teams on the power play. Why can't he get back to 51 points? If Bedard goes like this, why can't he get back to 51 points? It's really going to come down to what kind of damage can he do on the power play. Last year, he did no damage. He had 9 total points on the power play. But the year before that, or 2 years ago, he had 19 points. Blackhawks lines, they should be getting better. And even if they're not better, they should score more. Bedard, step forward. Taylor Hall, healthy. Bertuzzi, offseason addition. Young guys, boom. Teravainen, offseason addition. Look at their power play. Much better than what they put out last year. Much better than what they put out last year. And if we just go to team goal scoring. Yep, this is what I was looking at. If you just go to goals per game, they were like dead fucking last. Dead last. They just have to not be dead last. If they're just not dead last, we know that Seth Jones is picking up points. I'm not a Seth Jones guy. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that Seth Jones is amazing. Sorry, I got shit on my computer. But bottom line, if the Blackhawks are just simply not the worst scoring team in the league, if they're just like here, Seth Jones' numbers are going to go up. So give me some Seth Jones at that price. We're going to keep scrolling. Gonna keep scrolling. Vince Dunn is the next name we're looking for. He's 154. And I kind of talked about this in the cheese defenseman list. No thanks to Montour. Yes to Vince Dunn. Yes to Vince Dunn. So he had 46 points last year, 35 assists. Yeah, I mean, why again, you can just go back and look at the video that I put out on the cheese defense list. Yeah, I mean, sign me up for some Vince Dunn. As I said, the Kraken, they had 2 20-goal scorers last year. He led their team. He led their team in plus minus. Like, I just don't see any reason why this would change. Like, I just don't. I just don't. By the way, they gave him a cap hit of 735. Like, Dunn will be back as the number 1 power play guy. Well, if that's the case, he's way better than Montour. I think we've talked about that enough. I think we've talked about that plenty. I think we've talked about that plenty. Next, and I talked about this too in the other cheese list. I think the Vegas D guys are ranked totally wrong. This is the new power play quarterback. And he writes here, have other options. Hanifin was quarterbacking the number 1 power play unit most of his time with Vegas. That is correct. That is correct. And if that's correct, which it is, why is he 162? Wrong. It's dead wrong. That's dead wrong. That's dead wrong. If we just look at Hanifin, D37, that's too low. That's too low. If you're giving me the number 1 power play quarterback on Vegas, he should be higher than 37. Give me him ahead of Harley, ahead of Shea, ahead of Roy, ahead of Jones, ahead of a lot of these guys. Not crazy, like don't pick him ahead of Heiskanen, right? Don't do that. But for the most part, buy some Hanifin stock. Absolutely, buy some Hanifin stock. And we talked about that in the cheese video a little bit, so I'll keep things moving here. Next, Dursey. Yes, I had Dursey on my team last year, and he was fantastic for me. Got a new contract. Yes, Sergachev's in. But, hey, man, why can't Dursey be the top power play guy? It's what he was good at last year. Like, there's no reason to take this job away from him. I understand that Sergachev's in now, but why are we taking the power play job? Scroll. So he had 16 points on the power play last year. Why would this change? I just don't know why that would change. I just don't know why that would change. I really don't know why that would change. I really don't know why that would change. By the way, young player, 23, 24, 25. So he goes from 27 to 38 to 41. I think he's got 50-some points in the bag. And by the way, his ice time keeps going up too. Who's to say he can't be a 24-minute defenseman? We go to the Utah hockey lines. Right? So top unit with Sergachev, 5-on-5, skating with Sergachev, 5-on-5. He's going to be skating with this. And then it's a matter of, does he get the power play job? Maybe it is Sergachev's job. Either way, worst case scenario, he's the second power play guy. And I think there's probably a chance he's the first power play guy. And if he's the first power play guy, this ranking right here is way too low. So D39, I'll take my shot there. No question about that. I'll take my shot there. Next on the list, Morgan Riley. He's just a point machine. 51 assists. 20 power play points. It's still Toronto. Like, man, that's too low. I get the number 1 power play guy on the Leafs. He should go a lot higher than 177. Sorry, but he should go a lot higher than 177. Like, let's just compare Hartman. Hartman had 45 points. Riley had 58 points. And that's not including the other D shit that he does. And he's on the ice constantly. Don't pick Hartman ahead of Riley. Don't do that. I mean, it really comes down to he's the number 1 guy in the Leafs. So when, I don't know, Austin Matthews pockets 70 fucking goals, guess who's getting a lot of those assists? Morgan Riley. When Mitch Marner scores goals, guess who's getting the fucking assists? When William Nylander scores goals, guess who's getting the fucking assists on the power play? He got 20 power play points last year. 51 fucking assists. Why would that change? And he missed some time last year. So If he's healthy, that's way too low. That's way too low. Buy Morgan Riley price at that stock. Stock at that price. Sorry. I'm all over the place. I've been doing a bunch of these videos. I'm covering 4 or 5 sports at the same time, by the way. Next. Did I pass him? I had to have. Yeah, Chychrun. Yes. By the way, let's talk about Chychrun. So last year, he's splitting time with Shabbat and Sanderson on the power play. This year, it's just John Carlson. And by the way, John Carlson. Guy that's missed a ton of time in the past. And he's getting older. And maybe they want to take that job away from him anyway. He played 82 games last year. Hasn't done that since 2017. Year before that, 40, 78, 52, 69. He's missed time here. He's missed time. Who's to say he won't do that again? And by the way, a lot of his production on the power play, 21, 25, right there. Stop emailing me. 21, 25, power play. If he goes back down to this, I'm just saying, look, he's getting older. He's heading into age 35 season. Do they even want him to be the top power play guy anymore? Wouldn't it make more sense to bring in a guy like Chychrun to carry that offensive load, and now Carlson can just be the overall D guy that leads the team? Why else would you bring Chychrun to the team? I think that makes the most sense. By the way, had a good Corsi rating, just played for the dog shit Senators. And by the way, this fucking guy, he scores goals. 12 goals, 18 goals. That one, not a great season. But look, he was asking for a trade. He gets traded to the Coyotes. Or not the Coyotes. He was on the Coyotes. The Coyotes were a total fucking mess. They were terrible. He gets traded to the Senators. That turns into a situation. Like, he had 14 goals last year. Getting better. Hitting it in the age 26. I think there's a chance he leads this power play unit. I think there's a chance he continues to pop off in goals. Chychrun. Add me some Chychrun. Yeah, give me some Chychrun. If we just go to the Capitals lines. Either way, worst case scenario. Like with Ottawa, it was Shabbat, Sanderson, and Chychrun. With the Caps, it's just Carlson. Like, this is the rest of the decor. Matt Roy is a defensive defenseman. Rasmus Sandin was the second guy. Now he's getting bumped down for Chychrun. 5-on-5, he's skating with Carlson. 5-on-5, we could be picking up points here with Ovechkin. I think there's a chance he steals this job. And if he does, look out. And by the way, Spencer Carberry, he was the Leafs power play coach when they hired him. Who's to say that they don't just plug in fucking Chychrun on that top unit? A guy that scored 14 goals for a bad Senators team last year. Buy that stock. Absolutely buy that stock. Absolutely buy some Chychrun stock. At 181, like, what's the downside here? Okay, you're going to pass on Tolvanen. You're going to pass on Bukestad. Who gives a fuck? This guy might win me my league. And he's getting better heading into age 26. So buy the Chychrun stock. Next, what do I have next here on my list? Wow, we got a bunch more to do. We'll make this a two-parter because I have both guys here on the list. One's just ranked a little bit lower than the other one. They're both ranked super, super low. We'll go Gustav Forsling. Montour's gone. D45. Somebody's going to take over for the Florida Panthers. I'm just saying. Go to the Florida lines. Here we go. Right now it's got Eplad. Then it's got Forsling on the second unit. Figure it out. Take both of them. Florida, number one in goals scored last year. Which maybe they're not number one, but maybe they're top. They should be top 5, top 10. So we got Forsling at D45. And then we got Ekblad at we'll just talk about both of them right now. We got Ekblad at wow, Jesus fuck, 74. And he's basically close to or outside the top 100. Montour, gone. So 18 points in 51 games. But if he's taking that top power play job, shit, hold on. I was on the wrong tab. So D74, 18 points, 51 games. If he takes this top power play job, let's just go back to, let's just pull up both of their numbers. Look, Gustav Forsling. So it's going to be one of them, right? Whether it be Montour's gone, whether it be Forsling or Ekblad. One of them's gone. So Forsling, this guy just continues to get better. Signed a new contract. You just go to his power play stuff, like nothing. So he had 39 points last year and basically was a 0 on the power play. Why can't that number jump to 10 power play points, 15 power play points? If it does, he's a bargain. And by the way, awesome real life player, great shutdown guy. Him and Barkov have tremendous chemistry. Corsi 4 rating speaks for itself. And then if we go to Ekblad, again, 18 points, but what did he do in the power play last year? Nothing. But he's had years, 20 points, 19 points. If he just gets back to that, he's a tremendous value. So, Florida defenseman. No more Montour. One of them's going to take the job. If you get it right, you're fucking golden. Next. Hronek. This is too low. Caden Gooley is an honorable mention, but he's kind of hurt right now. And we kind of have to wait and see on who takes the Matheson job. And it could be Lane Hudson. So that's just a quick shout out on that. Hronek, 48 points last year. Got a new contract. He fucking played great. And by the way, skates with Quinn Hughes. Sorry, I didn't show this. Caden Gooley is who I was talking about. I was on the wrong tab. Gooley, Lane Hudson, honorable mentions. Hronek, 48 points last year, played all the games, got a new contract, skates 5-on-5 with Quinn Hughes. If we just go to his numbers, don't know why more people aren't in on Hronek. Age 26, now he is age 27. No reason why he shouldn't maybe even get another bump. Ice time starting to be more consistent in Vancouver. He's about 24, 23. That wasn't really the case with Detroit. No reason why I think this number should back off. Still a good Senators team. If we just go to the Canucks lines, his role is pretty defined. Top pair, second power play. Top pair, second power play. If I'm getting that at price $213, that's about the best I'm going to get in terms of a defenseman down here. So buy some Hronek stock for sure. 11 power play points last year. No reason why that can't continue. Again, at price $213, that's a buy. Plus 33, I mean, that's a buy. Next, keep going. And once we get to like 250, we'll stop and then do some quick hitters, rapid fire. Ekholm, sorry. Plus 44 rating speaks for itself, doesn't it? He still fires shots on net. He still had 45 points last year. Again, we can talk about this. He's basically a more defensive version of Hronek. Still got his points, by the way, and he's got a fucking firecracker of a shot when he does decide to fire. So, top pair, second power play. Top pair, second power play. By the way, it's an Oilers team. This is an Oilers team. He's going to cheat his way into so many third assists to where, hey, McDavid scores a 5-on-5 goal. Ekholm had nothing to do with the play, but he still got the assist because he was the third guy to touch the puck. That's going to happen, and it's why his assist totals are like that. So if we just go to Ekholm's numbers, I mean, at that price, he's just worth getting. At that price, he's just kind of worth getting. So, look, if you notice, his power play number is not crazy. I don't see a reason why that can't improve, to be honest with you. He only had 3 points on the power play. Second power play unit. Yes, they use their first power play unit a ton, but no reason why that can't be higher. It's really about this, though. 37 5-on-5 points. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. Maybe 37's high. Maybe 37's high. But again, it's like the thing with Ekholm is the Oilers have shown you who they are. 5-on-5, their top line. It's the McDavid line, and then it's Bouchard and Ekholm. He's just going to pick up assists because McDavid just like that's just the way that it is. So no problem with Ekholm. No problem with Ekholm. And then we'll do how many more we got here? How many more are on this 250 ranking? Okay, so we'll do one more and then we'll do some rapid fire here. One more and then we'll do some rapid fire. All right, so in terms of D, and by the way, quick honorable mention. Remember how I said Trouba no longer really involved offensively? Well, Keandre Miller's going up, so maybe you want to buy that at price $235. Maybe even Slavin's a little too low there. We already talked about Gostisbehere, who's criminally ranked. Another guy who's criminally ranked, Shea Theodore, 42 points in 47 games. Wasn't healthy last year. Well, if he's healthy, he's going to score 65 points. So that's really all that needs to be said. I've talked about the Vegas decor enough. It's Hanifin, Theodore, Pietrangelo, McNabb. In ESPN's rankings, it's Pietrangelo, Hanifin, McNabb, Theodore. That's wrong. That's wrong. So don't do that. Now, rapid fire stuff. We'll just switch it over to the D. Rapid fire stuff. Rapid fire stuff. We'll leave off with Theodore, and then rapid fire stuff. Who else I got on the list here? Shabbat, buy that price. Buy that price on Shabbat. He wasn't healthy last year. 30 points in 51 games. You mark that up, probably get 45 points out of him if he's healthy. No longer has to share with Chikrin. Buy that price. No reason why Severson's ranked ahead of him. That's really dumb. And by the way, 67 games, 28 points, 51 games, 38 points. Both teams are bad. He skates way more ice time. Yes, he's a yes. Luke Hughes is a yes. He's going to miss some time. He's hurt. But he's only ranked that low because he's hurt. 47 points as a rookie. We've talked about that in the Cheese video. Bye. Next. Rapid fire. Laura is an honorable mention. I think he's actually a good young player. Think about it. Talked about Ekblad. Owen Power, former number 1 overall pick. Can the fucking guy do something? Can he do something? At price D75, he's worth a flyer. Mintyukov. I actually think Mintyukov's probably better. This guy's taking over Mintyukov in terms of the Duck power play. Cam Fowler's going to get traded. Only a matter of time. Mintyukov. Buy. Rapid fire. Gostisbehere. Said it with the Burns. If you take Burns, handcuff him with Gostisbehere. And even if you don't, these assist numbers could be there. I think there's a chance he's the power play guy for the Hurricanes. Buy on Gostisbehere. Keep going. JJ Moser. Sergachev gone. Who takes the Sergachev spot? JJ Moser. Maybe Tampa Bay knows something that we don't. Maybe Tampa Bay knows that Sergachev, he's not going to come back from that leg injury. Maybe JJ Moser will eventually take that top power play job. Something to keep in mind. Keep going. Because I know there's more D. Drysdale. Sure. Maybe he's the top Flyers guy. Sure, why not? Byram. If you miss out on power, maybe you go Byram instead. Keep going. Rapid fire. Who else do we want to talk about? So you got to be careful when you're down here because a lot of these guys are just a waste of time. How many more? Brent Clark. Good young player. 16 games, 6 points. This is going to be the second power play guy for the Kings, I think. It's a matter of if he takes Doughty's job. And if you take Doughty, you better take Clark too. Keep going. Lane Hudson, we kind of talked about him already. Zadorov, why not? If you're in a league with block shots, he's going to block a ton of shots. Nemec, young player, getting better. Zellweger, young player getting better. Edvinsson, young player getting better. And then one more, Philip Broberg. Blues paid this guy for a reason. Who's the power play guy for the Blues? And why can't it be Broberg? If you pay Broberg, why can't it be Broberg? Torrey Krug out for the season. It's just Falk. It's just Falk. Could be Broberg. Could be Broberg. All right, that's your OnlyFans list for defensemen. Let me know. I think those guys are the guys to target late in your drafts that could win you your league. That's basically the OnlyFans list. We've gone out over 1,000 times. Feel free to comment. I'm open to the comments if you disagree. Maybe there's somebody that you're looking at that I'm not looking at. Open to the comments as always. We got one more video to do. That'll come out after this. Did a bunch of videos today. And peace out, Girl Scout. Appreciate the support as always. We're here to try to get you your fantasy championship. You've come to the right place. I promise you that.